From Seth Rollins, we turn to Kenny Omega, who also took to social media to vent about something this week. Although at least Seth Rollins, to his credit, didn't delete any of the tweets like Kenny Omega did. He pulled the old tweet and delete. This stemmed from WWE's announcement this week. Some news here that for the first time ever, an Evolve show will stream live on the WWE network. Evolve 131, which is being billed as the company's 10th anniversary celebration. And it is a little strange because it is not even their 10th anniversary yet. Their first show took place in January of 2010. So we still have a good 6 months or so before we hit the 10-year anniversary. I know that Dragon Gate USA merged with Evolve many years ago. I checked to see when Dragon Gate was founded, and it was founded in Dragon Gate USA, that is, and it was founded in 2009. So maybe that's how they're getting to this whole 10th anniversary thing. I don't know. WWE and Evolve, they've been working together now for about 4 years. Gabe Sapolsky even works behind the scenes for NXT. There have been talks for years now that we would start to see select indie promotions airing their shows on the network. Evolve possibly, ICW in progress in the UK. That hasn't happened yet. Supposedly Vince McMahon is the barrier to that. They've been ready. Vince hasn't given the green light, and so nothing's happened. Until now. And this show will air live on Saturday, July 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern from the old ECW Arena in Philadelphia. Now it's called the 2300 Arena, which I guess is the address. That just so happens to be the same night as the AEW Fight for the Fallen show, which will be streaming free on Bleacher Report Live at the very same time. Although that show I think actually starts, or at least the buy-in, maybe it's the pre-show starts at 7:30. A portion of the gate from the AEW show will be donated to the victims of gun violence through the Victim Assistance Advisory Council out of Jacksonville, Florida, which is where the show is taking place. And they may have other means that people maybe watching can donate, but I believe it's a portion of the gate is what is going to this victims fund. And Kenny Omega was not happy about this when he heard the news that WWE was going to be airing a show in direct competition on their network with the AEW show. And before taking down his tweets, he had this to say: "If lining your pockets with blood money is okay, then what's wrong with trying to undermine a charity show for victims of gun violence? I hear that healthy competition is supposed to be a good thing, and yet I can't help but feel like I'm going to be sick." That's what Kenny Omega said. So he's calling out WWE for taking blood money from the Saudi government, which is fair, but he's likening it to running a show on the network opposite an AEW event where a portion of the proceeds are going to charity. An AEW show, mind you, that is either sold out or close to being sold out. I remember reading they only had about 1,000 tickets left after they first went on sale. And a show that is streaming online for free. I don't see the problem here. I think it's fair game. I mean, look, there is not a doubt in my mind what's going on here. WWE is doing this to fuck with AEW. 100%. Absolutely. They've been in bed with Evolve now for years. This Evolve show was announced actually before the AEW show. About a week before AEW announced the Fight for the Fallen, I believe, is when Evolve 131 was announced. But only now do they make the announcement that the event's going to be streamed live on the network. For the very first time, Evolve is suddenly going to be streaming on the WWE network at least this one night. This was absolutely done on purpose. And you can call it underhanded, you can call it petty. The minute that Cody decided to respond to Triple H's pissant company line at the Hall of Fame and took a sledgehammer to that throne at Double or Nothing, he had to know what he was getting himself into. The battleground, the battle lines were drawn. This is a war now. And in a war, both sides do things to fuck with the other. But I don't see how AEW is going to make one less dollar for charity because WWE has decided, hey, we're going to put this independent show live on our network at the same time. A show that will be archived after the fact for anybody who wants to watch the replay and watch AEW live. You know, the AEW show has the Rhodes brothers teaming up against the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega's taking on Shima, and Brandy Rhodes is going to face Allie, and they're promoting a special appearance by Chris Jericho. The Evolve show has a very strong NXT presence. Adam Cole is going to defend the NXT Championship against Akira Tozawa. Cole used to wrestle for Evolve. Tozawa didn't wrestle for Evolve per se. I checked to see, if he had any history with the promotion at all. He did compete in Dragon Gate USA, which was merged later on with Evolve. So technically, you can maybe say that he wrestled for them. Drew Gulak, the new Cruiserweight champion, he's going to be taking on Matt Riddle. Again, two men who wrestled for Evolve. In fact, Riddle was the Evolve champion before coming to WWE. That was the first time I saw him wrestle Keith Lee, which is why I want to see that match again in NXT, because it was awesome in Evolve. That match will not be for the Cruiserweight title. And plus, you've got the Evolve champion, Austin Theory, will be on the show. Eddie Kingston live on the WWE Network. That should be interesting. I plan on checking out both shows, and those of you who want to do the same can watch the AEW show live and the Evolve show on demand if you want to. I think Omega is making a big stink about nothing. And if he thinks that this makes him sick, if this is what makes him sick, as he said in that tweet before he scrubbed it, he's in for a rude awakening if he thinks that this is the worst that WWE can do to fuck with them. If this is what makes him sick, this guy is in for a rude awakening.